staying alive. Do you think he still enjoys it?
Of course he does. He loves every minute of it. You can see the little smile on his face. But Aaron Monk here impressed me in the first round, 92.47 average.
140.
Yeah, in that game against Nicholson, strangely, it doesn't happen that often. All 9 legs were won with the throw. So Nicholson, by
86.
virtue of winning the ball in the practice room, had the advantage in the last leg and took it. But crucially, Monk missed darts for a 3-1 lead and a break of throw early in the match, and in the end that cost him. But Monk, who has done really well over the last 12 or 18 months, but it's all about applying himself, isn't it? You know, I guess at 20 years of age there's other things to do.
Absolutely. I was a late starter myself. It's not playing until 21, but having his dad Colin Monk, obviously being a professional athlete for such a long time, obviously very proud of his son there on stage. He was here yesterday. I'm sure he wants him to do well.
And it requires 121.
Well, doesn't need to go for the bull route, so he's got options. Well, he's staying up there, so that's good thinking. He made a few mistakes yesterday when he left bogey numbers at the wrong time.
65.
It didn't cost him in the end.
Right, may look at 25 here. Well, that's what he was aiming for. But Monk here 56. To take the opening leg on throw. His finishing was pretty good against Nicholson. He was very good on tops. Now then, double 10. You would feel has to get this.
46.
Commentator's curse there, Stu. He was, like you said, he was good on the double. Beaton's chance to break in the very, very first leg, which he does.
Shot on the first leg. Steve Beaton.
Oh, good start from Beaton. Nothing wrong with Monk. Well, there's the net there, very pleased with Steve hitting the double. It was 2-2 against Baxter, and then lost the next 3 legs when he came out in the second half, so needs to do better. If he loses, he probably, well, should be going home.
Yeah, very tight group it is, isn't it?
100.
As we say, Baxter and Nicholson will play later on. Monk's last game is against Baxter, therefore Beaton's final match is against Nicholson, and it could well come down to those last group games on Wednesday
60.
night, depending on what happens with Baxter and Nicholson a little later on.
You've got that feeling in this group that everybody's going to beat each other. The
134.
standard of the 4 players is very similar. And Baxter may be a little bit more advantageous with that win and the Premier League experience.
100.
So came to fruition, did Aaron, with an academy sponsorship. Got himself on the PDC tour and has gained experience all the time, and is getting better by playing the bigger players
96.
all the time.
Knowing his dad, he'll be in his ear all the time to focus on the darts, to practice, because Colin Monk has said all along that Aaron has far more talent than he did at the same age, and you can see why. A brilliant maximum from young Aaron Monk, only 20 years of age, but his dad's always said that Aaron much better than he was
96
at this age.
And it requires
161.
That,
And you can't complain with that, can you? He's certainly got it. It just needs to progress in the right direction in all aspects.
65.
And he'll have a good future in the game.
75.
Certainly one of the top youngsters at the moment.
Yeah, double 12 though for 2-0 for Beaton. And when he's out in this move, Steve Beaton, when he's finishing well, he is very, very difficult to beat. I mean, we remember, don't we, the European Championship some 18 months ago when he got to the final, lost to Taylor, but that place in the final has earned him his spot at the Grand Slam, and that week at the European Championships, his finishing was as good as we've seen so far tonight. 2 out of 2 on the
97.
doubles.
Gave him the confidence as well, doesn't it, as it does with many wins. Beat James Wade, I think, in the semi-final on the last leg decider in that European Championships, so it gave him the confidence. Had a good season last year on the Pro Tour, maybe not as good this season, but has managed to get in all the TV events, which is important.
100.
We mentioned Aaron's dad, Colin, twice a semi-finalist at the Lakeside World Championship, and of course Colin Monk, back in the 90s, he won the World Masters as well, didn't he? So, you know, in
60.
his pomp, he was a decent player.
Certainly was.
100.
Well, Aaron just slightly under 100. 96 at the moment, so he's not doing anything wrong. Just that dial at the double in the first leg.
Yeah, those two misses, Alan, could literally decide the game. Could be crucial. We shall see. For me, Monk, as he pushes his average up to nearly 100 now, has to win this leg, has to hold throw and then put some pressure on Beaton. But losing that opening leg,
it requires 101.
He should have won it, really. He's under a bit of pressure again here.
Yes, Beaton's certainly applying all the pressure, so he'll have to come down. Well, he's not hit it. Treble 10, probably treble 14 to the left to leave double 10. Yeah, treble 14.
81. Steve requires 85.
Now this would really hurt if Beaton could break here. 20 leaves the bull for 3-0. Beaton
60.
Not too far away either.
And it requires 20.
Can't afford to miss here,
That
young
would have been in the
Masterman.
solar plexus, wouldn't it, if that had gone in the bull?
Game shot on the third leg.
Hold on to Aaron.
Fourth
He's
leg
not
is
monkeying
Steve
around.
first. Game on.
He's played really well. So those two missed starts at tops and double 10 in the first leg.
59.
Oh,
A chance to put some pressure on Steve Beaton here.
That's why you find some players, when they win the toss or the bull, they make the other player go first, because there is pressure on you. Well, there's another two for Aaron. Unlucky there, deflection. Two in the tournament so far, one in this match. In that second leg.
Yeah, good play. I mean, by all accounts,
93.
Dave Allen, the PDC media officer, was telling me that at the Under-21 World Championship at Barnsley, he was the most impressive player,
58.
even more so than Van Gerwen in reaching the final. He said Monk was the dominant player on the night and always looked like reaching the final, and his reward here at the Grand Slam.
It certainly was. I was there watching. And nobody got anywhere near him, and Michael Van Gerwen almost lost to young Sean Griffiths from Manchester. But they both got there in the end. And the way he's playing here, he's got to fancy himself in that final against Michael Van Gerwen. He didn't play that well last night against Phil Taylor.
Well, that's an understatement. Van Gerwen was hugely disappointing against Taylor.
99.
Van Gerwen coming up a little later on against Wes Newton. And of course, don't forget tonight the hugely anticipated clash between Taylor and Ted Hankey here at the Grand Slam.
100. Steve
I'm sure after last night's game,
110.
Ted will fancy his chances. He played very well against Wes Newton, kept his confidence, and will be in here. Needed the treble, not this time.
50.
Well, chance here for Monk. He'll be looking at treble 19 to leave tops here.
Well, can't finish now. So
57.
has left
Steve
double
requires
top,
60.
but will he get a throw? Steve Beaton impressive on his finishing early. Two at double top for the Adonis. One more in his hand.
Game shot
And he
on the
hits
fourth
it.
leg.
Impressive from Steve Beaton. Aaron Monk has played very well, but it's Steve Beaton who goes in at the break. 3-1 ahead. Come back soon.
Well, here we are, Monday night at the Grand Slam. We've already seen Trisha Wright give Darryl Fitton a real run for his money. 5-3 Fitton winning here. Aaron Monk, the young 20-year-old, performing
it's Aaron
really well against Steve Beaton. Beaton leads 3-1, the reason being he's hit 3 doubles from 5 attempts, and Monk missed 2 to win the opening leg, and that really is the difference between the two players.
59.
Certainly is. Nothing in the averages really. Beaton just those first 2 legs when he hit the double with the first attempt, in the first and second leg. It's changed the course of this game, but again it is short distance. We have to remind ourselves it is best of 9, when all the Pro Tour events are best of 11 as a minimum. So it's probably one of the shortest distances in darts on the PDC Tour.
And of course, it all adds pressure to the players, doesn't it? You know, we've seen
57.
Taylor lose a couple of group games over the years in the Grand Slam. And anything's possible over the best of 9 legs.
Absolutely, of course it is. Well, if Van Gerwen would have played a little bit better last night, he may have put a bit more pressure on Phil. In his new glasses, played for the first time on TV. He scored very well, just
83.
messed about on the double a little bit, but we'll be seeing him later on.
Can't wait. Taylor against Hankey. Been looking forward to that since the draw was made. And the crowd, I'm sure, are counting down to that match a little later on. Taylor against Hankey, our last match here on day 3 of the Grand Slam.
Yeah, good one to end with.
125.
Keep the crowd on the edge of the seats for the rest of the night. I'm sure they'll have the beer ready. So it looks like he's going for the bull. Well, thought about the bull there. It doesn't need to. There's nothing positive about hitting the 25 with a bull.
60. Steve requires 96.
82 is a good finish, but beating on 96. Well, 1 at the treble, so he's got 2 at the double. Only needed the 1. Very impressive from Beaton. That's 4 out of 6 on the double. And Nanette can see the finishing line. Only 1 leg away.
As we say, Aaron Monk has done very little wrong. He missed 1 dart at tops, 1 dart at double 10. In the opening leg, Beaton broke his throw, and you know, it's all about experience for this young man.
Not when you're 20, all he wants to do is go there and win, I'm sure. Maybe in a week or 2 we'll be thinking, well, yeah, got some experience there, exposure and everything else, but it's Beaton who's hitting the lipstick. It's Beaton who's hitting the lipstick. 139, 180, can smell the finishing line.
Well, we've only had what? This is only the 6th leg, but even so, after 6 legs, an average of nearly 104 is impressive from the former world champion.
It certainly was. It was a potential banana skin against Monkey, but certainly making a monkey out
60.
of Monk.
I kind of get what you mean.
That's a tongue twister.
You know, we've talked a lot here about Aaron Monk, rightly so, because he's one of the bright young stars on the PDC horizon. But we've got to give credit to Steve Beaton, who you have put in the veteran stage, I guess, these days. But this has been a really professional performance, and it keeps him very much in with a chance of getting through to the knockout stages. He will play on Wednesday night against Poule Nicholson, his last game. So Beaton then to win it. Can he do it in style? He's double 8. His finishing has been fantastic. His average is pretty good, over 100. And Steve Beaton with a 5-1 victory. Aaron Monk out of the tournament. Steve Beaton has still got a chance of qualifying for the knockout stages. Good stuff from Beaton. He wins 5-1.